Alright, welcome back everybody. I got done with the stanchion last night. So, I can't remember the time. But anyway, this is what the stanchion looks like. I put some, these are the ones that move. This one doesn't move, this one doesn't move, this one doesn't move, that moves. These ones don't move. These are just blocks, so they can't stick their heads in there. When the stanchion doors are open, what, you just pull this pin. Which then slides everything back. And then now they can't stick the heads in through here, they only can stick them in through there. They're ready to get some grain, so anyway, the mineral we're feeding is it's beef mineral. It's beef mineral, and there's we feed them kelp too, and calcium, and then we feed them diatomaceous earth just to help with like worms and stuff or any parasites inside them. It'll help with that. But anyway, that's pretty much what we feed the milk cows. And then also we feed them sunflower seeds. That's to help with the taste of the milk, because the milk won't taste as good without sunflower seeds. I don't know if it does make a difference. It might. But we feed them sunflower seeds for fats too also. Helps with some fat. That's pretty much what we feed them for mineral. Camera's all blurry. There's beef mineral, and then we got kelp. Can't remember, calcium and diatomaceous earth. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much that's like a lot of diatomaceous earth, 50-pound bag. So yeah, but anyway, we'll see how it works. So anyway, they don't know really what their heads are, where their head stalls are yet, because it's all new. They're used to having a crack right here so they can see through, and then they just cut a corner and go right through there. But now there's no corner there, so now they have to stick the head in the stanchion or they will not get their grain. And they like grain, so anyway, so we'll get milking. Well, I'll put you up here on the sunflower bin. Anyway, there. I put that log there because you just move over when I'm trying to milk, and just keep moving over, and then she'll run into Destiny, and then Destiny does it like that, and she'll step on Caitlin's feet and stuff. So I put that block there so then she can't move her butt over. But anyway, I think the headlock worked pretty good. So we'll see. Once when they get down with grain, then they will want to break out of there. Well, we'll see. Destiny doesn't really like to break out, but for some reason Ginger has been wanting to get out of the stanchion more often and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, what we do to clean the bag is you just have a bucket of hot water over here. It's not really a bucket, it's like a little tiny dish. And we use that to dip rags in. It's like hot water, warm water, whatever. But anyway, then you just wipe all that dirt and stuff off the teat, clean it off, and then all we do is dry it, and then we make sure to squirt out 4 squirts of milk, so then there's no bacteria in it, because there's the most bacteria in those first squirts. So make sure to get out those first squirts, and then you can start milking. I know some people, they put other stuff on it, like iodine and there's other stuff what you put on the bag. But all we do is wet down the bag, get all the dirt off of it, and then dry the bag, and then when we get done milking, we put coconut oil on their teats to seal their teats, kind of, because it kind of hardens on their teats, which then seals it a little bit. So that's all we do, is for what we do for coconut oil stuff. We just put coconut oil and wash off the bag and stuff. So we don't have any of the iodine, and there's like this blue stuff, I can't remember it. That stuff what other people use. We don't use any of that stuff, but we might use that stuff, don't know. Coconut oil, we have seemed to not have any problems with mastitis or anything. I think we have been doing this for like a year or 2 now, so 2 years or whatever. We have not had any mastitis. With cows that have calves on them, we don't do any coconut oil, because the calf is always sucking on it every day. So if you put coconut oil on it, the calf's just gonna suck off the coconut oil. So you just don't want to put coconut oil on it, because it don't need it, because the calf's saliva also seals it after the calf has nuts. So you don't really have to put coconut oil on after if there's a cow that has a calf, which Destiny has a calf. Ginger doesn't have a calf because hers got weaned. So yeah. Destiny's calf's in the stall right behind you. He's in that little pen I was talking about last night when Ginger got in it. So that's his pen. It's not very big, but they're only in there for 1 day and then they go out. So if we start to wean them and they're in there for like a week or something, then they're going out of there, because too much. It's not big enough room for a calf. It's staying in there for a while. The calf's just staying in there for a night or 2, mainly a night, then it can stay in there perfectly fine. So anyway, also Destiny's teats are a little bit smaller. They are getting a little bigger, but they're really small teats. Ginger's teats are bigger. Most people, I think, milk like this. They milk like that. But Kaylin, she milks like she uses a pointer finger and a thumb, and she just pinches it, and then you pull down on the teat, and then that milk just comes out. As long as you're pinching, not hard, but hard enough to feel the teeth squish, and then you push it down, then you know you're gonna get milk. So that's how she milks, because that cow has small teats. My cow has big enough teeth I can milk with like 2 fingers like this, or 3. I can't milk with the whole hand, but yeah. But we can milk pretty fast, so I don't know how fast. We haven't timed how fast we milk. I've timed me, and I can milk in 15 minutes. And I believe in the summertime we can milk faster than that, because we got done a little sooner, I think. So we're pretty fast. So, anyway. Yeah, I think the slowest people we have is Kate and Liberty, since they were just starting last year, so they didn't really know how to milk that good. They did start to get faster at the end, but then Mabel had to get dried up because she wasn't producing a lot of milk, and so we just decided to dry her up. But anyway, yep. So we don't take very long on milking. I think total everything done with milking is like an hour and a half maybe. If you count putting it in the freezer, it'll be like 2 hours or something. But pretty much it takes us like an hour to clean. I'm gonna say an hour and a half to clean the bucket and to do whatever. So it doesn't take us very long to milk and stuff. We're pretty fast. So. But anyway, Caitlin is cleaning out the teats. You can see her, she's taking out the first squats and stuff. So I'm gonna stop milking too. I just gotta get out the first squats because I'm done drying and
what did you mean by you are the one that has no grinder?
if you just pull that pin over there and you pull on that bar, it opens up all these stanchions at once.
Oh, you tied it all together.
Like Bobby's old fashioned.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
And also I blocked up some of these holes. And also
Well, then you gotta have the cows in at the same time.
Yeah. Or you just take out the screw and then
Individualize it?
yeah. Besides it's spliced in the middle since I didn't have a 16-foot 2x4.
Alright. Yeah. No, that's good. Feeling good once your milk cow is trained, huh?
Yep.
Cool.
Anyway. So, yeah, this is pretty much everything, pretty much. It's raining outside right now. Watch. It looks like the milk cows actually aren't that wet. I thought they were gonna be wetter when I came in, but they must have been like, I don't know how they're not that wet. But if they were really wet, then they'll drip their water into the milk bucket, and you have to like dry the whole side off with a towel. So then you don't have a bunch of these little drips of not so good water dripping into the bucket. You don't want that. Here you can see right there. Ginger doesn't like to be in the stanchion. For some reason now she has beginning on here for some reason. Don't know why. But she has done that on the other stanchion too. But she has done it a little worse. She will like slam backwards. One time she slammed backwards. So, yeah. She has tried yanking on it this time because she has to test out how strong it is. I think that's just how they test out how strong it is. And if it's strong enough, then they won't really do it that much. I don't know. But I still have to put a little bit of bracing in the middle. Since this is such a long run, it will, when the cow yanks on it really hard, it can pull the middle out. But if the middle's supported, then it should be harder for the cow to pull the headlocks off the wall. So I gotta support it in the middle still, so then it doesn't fall off the wall when a ornery cow comes in here and starts yanking on it. I still have to put Pumpkin in here to give her a vitamin shot. It's just one of those, it's like it has a bunch of vitamins in it for milk cows. I gotta give her one of those. So there's a couple problems with the headlocks all closing at once. Like if you have a new cow, it's just getting started milking, and it hasn't been in the headlock very long. They can, if you lock all the older cows' heads in the headlock, well, you won't be able to, but then you have to have the older cows that have only been milked a bunch eating a grain while we're trying to get the younger cow to stick its head in. And if the older cows run out of grain, then they're just going to pull their heads out. And you can't close the headlocks because then all of them are closed, and then you won't be able to get the younger cow's head in because now all the other headlocks just close. So there's a problem with younger cows not wanting to stick their heads in and then other stuff. But what is a bonus with it is you can be all the way over there on the other end, 16 feet away from this headlock right here. So like Pumpkin, she doesn't really like being near us too much. But if we're all the way over there and if she's wanting to stick her head in and she sticks her head in and starts eating grain, we don't have to come over here and try closing one. We can be all the way over there and just close it, and then she can't get away. So we don't have to be right up next to them to close the headlock. We can be all the way over there and close it. And that's going to make it easier for catching the cows that don't really like being too close to you, but stick their head in the stanchion. So we're probably going to try that on Pumpkin since she doesn't really like us close to her. So if we're not close to her and we close it, then she'll never know it. She's going to get headlocked because we'll be all the way over there and she wouldn't think she can get headlocked until the headlock closes around her neck. And then she'll get headlocked. And then we give her a vitamin shot. And honestly, you can probably see it, Ginger likes to move her feet around. She used to not do that much, but now for some reason she moves it around more. So, but if she moves it really bad and like tries kicking the bucket over or something, I will whack her right here on this muscle right here. And if you whack that enough, it's going to bruise it, and then they won't want to move the leg. And that might seem cruel and everything, but you don't want them kicking a bucket. And also, they shouldn't kick a bucket over anyway. I mean, you're milking a cow out in like 30 minutes or something, that's fast. They should be able to stand in a stanchion for like an hour or whatever without having to move their legs or try to kick it. Like just moving it is not bad, but if they're trying to like kick the bucket over and stuff, then they have to not do that, because then you got to spill your milk and you have to sell the milk, so you kind of have to do something to keep them from kicking. You can hobble them, but Ginger, we hobbled her before, and what happened is she got hobbled, and she is one of those cows where when she gets tied down or something and she can't do something, she flops over. So she flopped over in the stanchion, so then you had to take out the head and then pull it out and stuff. But anyway, she flopped over in the stanchion with hobbles on, and then you have to try to get the hobbles off while she's laying down, which is kind of easy, besides for the fact they kick their legs and stuff. But that's why we don't really use hobbles too much. We did use hobbles on Destiny, but you might have different hobbles, but we have hobbles that are like, they have like a leather strap that goes around their leg, and it hobbles them around there. They're not like those ones that go on here or something. They're a little different than that. They're meant for horses, I think, to keep them in one spot. Like if you jump, off of them or whatever, and you want to keep them in this one spot grazing or whatever, then you hobble them, and they can still kind of move their legs, but they cannot run. But yeah, I don't know. But they're kind of they're not like those hobbles that can just come right off pretty easy. These ones are hard to come off because you have to try to get that leather strap to you have to try to get that little thing. It's kind of like a belt hook. So you got to think of it like a belt going, cinching the belt all the way down as tight as it would go around the leg, and then punching a hole through it and then putting it in. It's kind of hard to get the hole off while they're kicking, the strap off while they're kicking and stuff. So we don't really use hobbles that much. Destiny doesn't do too bad with them, besides the fact she's like wobbly, so like when she's moving around and stuff, she feels like she's gonna fall over on top of you. Also, when they feel the tension, like if they're moving their leg forward and they feel the tension, they have the urge to start kicking or something, I don't know. And they kick, and when they're kicking, they kind of yank on their leg, which is a bad thing. That teaches them too. Anyway, the camera kind of shut it off. But anyway, what I was talking about was you can, once when there's no milk coming out on all 4 teats, you can stop. Like I'm done right now, going outside. Mo thinks there's a cat. You can see it's dark out here because you actually can't see a light. That's the house porch light. But anyway, it's dark. We milk at dark. That's why we have a light inside the barn. Come on, let's go. We milk like, I think, we start at, so we wake up at 5 a.m. and we start milking at 5:45 a.m. That's when we head out. But mixing all the grain and getting everything ready, we usually start milking around 6 o'clock. But anyway, I'm gonna go inside and filter the milk. We don't really film that, but it's pretty much just a filter and a funnel, and then you just strain the milk through it, and then you got milk to drink. Also, we put it in the freezer to cool it down fast, so because we sell it and stuff, so it has to taste good. The faster you can cool it down, the better it's gonna taste. But anyway, hopefully you like this video. That's an ideal one. So we'll see you in the next one.